Stephen Hills here. Welcome. It's great to have you here. Thank you for listening to me or watching me. We're on LinkedIn Live. We're on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube Live. We're also live on my Results Mastery podcast, being featured on Amazon Music, iTunes, and about 30 other places. And that in itself just blows me away. I just think it's absolutely fantastic that, I can do this, and so can you, by the way. And it's a great opportunity, I think, in order to promote your business, which is basically what I'm doing here. But I'm doing it in a way that I really believe in, and that is by demonstrating my expertise and not just, trying to push or sell anything, but just demonstrating my expertise. And some of you hopefully will think, do you know what? I really could do with Steve on my team. And you'll get in touch and we'll have a conversation about that and how that could work. So if that's for you, feel free to book a meeting. You can see the banner scrolling underneath, and you'll be very welcome to do so. So today we're going to talk about email marketing, specifically why email marketing is an absolute should and a must for your business. It's not something that I think really, to be honest, is even worth considering. When I say that, what I mean is, not doing it is just not an option. It really isn't. It's if you are not marketing yourself via email, you're just wasting an opportunity. Let me explain why. If you think about communicating with your current customers and your prospects is something that you should be doing on a regular basis. I'm talking perhaps weekly, perhaps fortnightly, something like that, but I'm not talking like quarterly newsletter here. That possibly is a waste of time. I suppose it's better than nothing, but it's like most things marketing, people don't do enough of it. And if you're going to be serious about growing your business, then email marketing is an absolute must, because it is still in all the technology and all the social media and so on and so forth, it's still the easiest, cheapest, most effective way of communicating with your market on a regular basis. You want to keep in touch with your customers, you send them an email. Now, I want to be clear on this because it's an important thing. Email is not everything, and there's nothing beats talking to people, picking up the phone. If you've got a smartphone and you don't use it to pick up the phone, then it's a dumb phone. And you want to make sure that you do that. You want to get in front of them like, I'm doing now. I'm talking to you. You can see me unless you're on my podcast, and then you can hear me. Communicating on a regular basis is just absolutely essential. So I hope I've at least convinced you that you're going to be doing email marketing. Some of you I know will be doing it. So let me just talk to you about what you're doing. Because like most things marketing, it can be done well or it can be done badly. It's just the case with all marketing. I often tell people every single form of marketing works. Everything works. The trouble is it doesn't work all the time, and it doesn't even work most of the time. When I see people doing Google AdWords, I know that a good percentage of them are losing their shirt. They're just not winning enough business, or indeed any business. The same applies on LinkedIn. If I'm in a room with 100 people and I'm speaking to them and I say, hands up, who's on LinkedIn? I get 100 hands. If I say, hands up, who's winning business, actually making money from LinkedIn? I probably get 10 hands. So 90% of them, whatever it is they're doing is a waste of time. And that's the case right across the board, I believe. I don't know about the 80-20 rule, but I don't think that's far off. 80% of the people that go out networking don't win any business. 20% of them win 80% of the business. and so on and so forth. And so it is with email marketing. So if you're going to do it, let's just do it right. So the first thing we want to consider, we got to be in the right place using the right equipment. So, when you're doing email marketing, it's very easy to just think, I'll use X, Y, or Z because that's the cheapest. It's the cheapest email marketing bulk delivery system, and do you really want the cheapest for the most important thing in your business? I'm not suggesting you have to spend a fortune, but look carefully at what each of the email systems do, and there are literally an infinite number. I don't know how many, but certainly it's probably into the thousands of different systems that you can use. But my advice would be pay for one that allows you to automate things. So it's not just a matter of writing an email and sending it out. Make sure that it's got a good CRM system, customer relationship management system as part of it. Make sure that as I said, the automation is extensive, so that you can send an email out, and then of the people who clicked and went to your website, you can send them an email. The people who didn't click, you can send them a different email and stuff like that. These days with the technology that's around, this sort of thing is really, really easy to do, assuming that you've got the right equipment. And so, go and have a look. I'm not going to particularly recommend them. I would also add to that, if you're not very good from a techie point of view, then keep it simple. Go and buy one of the more basic systems, because you probably find that you don't get, or you haven't got time, or, to be honest, I think pretty rubbish excuses why you haven't put the effort in to learn how to use the more advanced equipment. But let's just assume you're not going to do that, then go and buy the simple one. But my advice to you would be to spend time learning. If you don't, you're going to get left behind. It's as simple as that. All these people who say, well, I don't really do very much. I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't do very much. How often do I hear that? And they're just going to get left behind. They're actually leaving a shed load of money sitting on the table. It's like a pot of gold that they're going, no, I don't want all that money. I don't want all that money because I'm going to be lazy and do very nothing. Or I don't want all that money because I'm so busy doing the work of the business that I don't have time to grow my business. Well, that's just a recipe for, I don't know whether you call it disaster, but it's a recipe for never doing any better than you're doing right now. And in fact, it's probably a recipe for doing worse than you're doing now, because as we all know, as time changes, if we don't keep up, then we're going to fall behind. Your business is either growing or dying. It's one or the other. It's not staying the same. And it never will stay the same. So if you're not growing your business, then potentially your business is dying. It's going down. So that said, so we know that email marketing is a good thing to do. We know that email system that we're going to use, or we're going to do some research to find that out. And if you want to have a conversation with me, give me a call or drop me an email or whatever, and I'll be very happy to give you my take on it for you. I don't want to, as I say, I don't want to recommend anything on the live session today, because that might not be right for you, but feel free to get in touch with me if you would like to. So the next thing then is list development. I see people all the time again who say, I asked them, how long have you been in business now? They say, well, about 10 years. Okay. How big's your email list? And I haven't got one. Or I get, it's probably a couple of hundred people I've got on a spreadsheet that I don't really do anything with. That's just not good enough again. So you've got to be growing your database. The biggest problem that all of us have got in small businesses is obscurity. We're not known to the world, or even our world. You know, my world might be on the Isle of Wight. You know, if I just did business on the Isle of Wight, then I want to be connected to everybody who's in business that runs their own business on the Isle of Wight. That's not the case. I work literally worldwide. But, you know, the truth of the matter is, you know, if I'm going to be in business, then one of my biggest challenges is getting known to enough people. So I want to be doing that. I want to be doing that on a regular basis, growing my list. And how are you going to do that? Well, again, you can buy lists, but I'm never in favor of that. You can just grow them. You know, go and connect to new people on LinkedIn. Ask them if they'd like to be kept in touch via email. If they do, you can then add them to your email list and start growing them, you know, and getting more people connected to you. So, you know, there are many, many ways of doing that. Invite them to events like this, and when they attend, you know, you again can add them to your email list because they're communicating with you. So, you know, there's loads of things that you can do to grow that list. Once you've done that, you need to think about the frequency of keeping in touch. My belief is that you need, unless you're like I don't know, if I sold health insurance and I had a client, once they signed up as a client, that was it until 12 months time when they come to renew. I wouldn't be emailing them every week. But if you're in a business that potentially people could buy your service on a regular basis, you know, I don't know, you're a fitness consultant and I book a session with you, but would I book another session? Yeah, I certainly could. So you need to keep in touch with me. And so 99% of businesses should be doing this on a regular basis. Now, the next thing to think about is, if we are keeping in touch with people, then what are we going to say? Because if I send you an email every week going, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? Do you want to buy something else? And so on and so forth. You're pretty quick, you're going to get fed up with me. And so my belief is that you need to be doing the same thing that I'm doing here, and that is educational marketing. You need to educate people. You need to help them. You need to offer them a free seminar. You need to offer them a download of a report, or go and read your blog post, or go and watch this video that you've produced, and so on and so forth. So you need to be helping people. That's really my message. So if you're going to do that, and then you can, you know, send out that email on a regular basis, maybe a weekly basis, maybe 2 emails per week. I'm on a lot of the top marketers in the world's emails, and some of them I'm getting 1 or 2 emails a day. Now, I think that's maybe a little bit over the top for most businesses, even for me. I probably send out a couple of emails a week, something like that. But, you know, the point being, you know, we want people to know us. That's the truth. I just want to get known. I want to get known. I want to be recognized as the go-to person in my industry. So I'm doing these. I do these every day, every single day, Monday to Friday. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm all over Amazon Music. You know, we've got round about 7,000 people, 7,000 to 8,000 people listening to this today, or watching this today. Now, that's just incredible, isn't it? You know, but it's true. And, you know, we really ought to be doing this in our business, in your business, in other words, you know. And if you want to know how, you know, feel free, as I said, to get in touch, to talk to me about that, and maybe about getting involved in my results mastery program. But anyway, that's just about it for now. I think we're just about there. So the things we covered are the importance of doing it, getting the right piece of equipment or software to do it properly, frequency, doing it on a regular basis, and content, making sure that we're not just going, do you want to buy this, do you want to buy that, but rather we're helping, advising, coaching, providing information, and so on and so forth. One last thing, follow up. Okay, so with this technology that we've got now, I can send an email out to 10,000 people, and I can get maybe 3,000 of them to open the email up and read it. And of those 3,000, I can get 300 people to click through to my website to find out more. Now, those 300 people need following up because they've read it and thought, where the button says, for more information, click here, they've been keen enough, interested enough to go and click on that link, which you can then access that list and follow them up with another email, follow them up with a phone call, and so on and so forth. So that's it for now. Thanks very much for listening. I hope that was of interest to you. And as I say, don't forget, every day I'm on here. If you want to book a meeting, feel free to do so. There's the link. Where is it? There. Hang on. There. That's it. That's the website there. Go there and book a meeting. You just click one of the gold buttons, and that'll give you access to my diary, and you can book a meeting at a time that's convenient for you. Thanks very much for listening, and I look forward to speaking to you again, hopefully tomorrow. Thank you.